I hope I'm not becoming too predictable here, but Millie Coates and somebody else were specific in asking me to keep you updated about the progress of my animation. At the moment, I'm making 3 little animated films, and one of which is a much longer thing, and the other 2 are probably linked. They'll probably end up as part of the same film, and their development of my interest in music hall. Last year, or the year before, I did a film called The History of the Music Hall Part 2, and it got some awards, which I was quite pleased about. It took about 7 years to finish. These 2 little films are both songs by William Hargraves. One is called The Night I Appeared as Macbeth, where a soldier comes back and rents a theatre and does a dreadful production of Shakespeare, and he's booed off the stage, but he doesn't realise he's bad. It's a charming little song. And the other one is a song in E flat, I think, of Burlington Bertie. The song it goes back to the original version that was first written by William Hargraves, but of course the William Hargraves song was then made famous by Ella Shields and was generally performed by women. Julie Andrews did a wonderful cover of it in the film Star. And going back to the 1960s, my version of Burlington Bertie is heavily influenced by a wonderful sequence from a film, Goodbye Mr. Chips, with Petula Clark, and she does a stage show at the beginning of the film, and she sings a song which is actually from another musical by Leslie Bricusse called Sherlock Holmes. London is London. Is anyone in doubt about it? London is London. Forgive me if I shout about it. You can have Paris and Athens and Rome. London is London. Talk about there's no complaining. London is London. It's a charming song. It's very papa. And the presentation, if a little drab in colour, is spectacularly kinetic. And so that's what I'm trying to do, using a thing called After Effects to move scenery about, and therefore also having quite a mobile camera. So of the two little sequences, the Night I Appeared as Macbeth sequence is fairly static, and from a technical point of view, it's on 2s for the most part. Though I seem to be scotching that idea at the moment and doing everything on 1s because it's so complicated movements. But Bertie is for the most part on 1s because everything is moving, and you've got to make sure that his feet are stuck to the ground, even if there's perspective shifts going on, which is wonderfully exciting to calculate, and it takes me back to the days when I was messing around with adverts, inspired by working on Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and trying to keep these characters anchored into whatever whatever 3D device they were in real life they were linked to, whether this was penguins in a bath or cats running around the place, and it's an interesting technique and something that I hope will be entertaining. So this is as far as I've got. I think there's a bit at the end which is blue pencil, so I'm sort of giving away some of my tricks here, and I'm very interested in lip sync. I'm very interested in thinking in 3D. I'm not not such a fan of 3D graphics, which I find for the most part quite plastic. Everything looks a little bit like Barbie, in my opinion. But I like 2D animation because I like... Richard Williams once said that 2D animation is interesting because it's about mistakes, and there's plenty of those. So have a look at this.
Oopsie-daisies! Hello! Dearly me! Because of a military concert, I acquired a desire for the stage. In the mess hall one night, I was asked to recite. My lord, I was quickly the rage. They said I was better than Irving, and gave me a bottle of gin. I know it's not union wages, but that is my usual thing. Home I came, paid the fee, appeared in your theatre, and what do you see? I acted so tragic, the house rose like magic.
For the rest of the day, I'm off to London, and I'll give you a report on the way and on the way back. And I hope to be chatting with people in Ukraine later on today or tomorrow as well. So I'll try and give you a report on that as and when I can. And there may be a little theatre review. Who knows?